Good morning, Chairman Doyle, Ranking Member Lotta, and members of the subcommittee. My name is Anthony Gossner. I'm the Fire Chief for the City of Santa Rosa. On behalf of Mayor Schwedhelm, Vice Mayor Fleming, and the entire City of Santa Rosa, I'd like to express my appreciation for the opportunity to appear before this committee today and discuss the vital role wireless communications and technology play in public safety and emergency situations. A little over 2 years ago, the City of Santa Rosa, the largest city in Sonoma County and the county seat, experienced what was then the worst wildfire in California's history. Beginning the night of October 8, 2017, multiple fires broke out through California's North Bay. In Sonoma County, what were initially 5 major fires merged into 3: the Tubbs, the Nums, and the Pocket Fires, collectively known as the Sonoma Complex. In a span of a few hours, life profoundly changed for tens of thousands of people in Santa Rosa and throughout Sonoma County. A total of 24 people lost their lives to the fires in Sonoma County. An estimated 100,000 people evacuated from their homes, and 43 emergency shelters opened, serving close to 4,162 people at the peak of the operations in Sonoma County. Property losses were estimated at $13 billion. More than 3,000 homes, approximately 5% of the city's housing stock, were destroyed, compounding an already severe housing deficit in the county. And for many fire survivors in our community, after losing their homes and personal possessions, lost their ability to communicate with family members, friends, doctors, and others because they lost their landline associated phone numbers. We thank Congressman Thompson for introducing the Phone Act, which will provide a temporary hold on telephone number reassignments after a federally declared major disaster, and ensure that disaster survivors go through the long and painful process of rebuilding. They will have one less thing to worry about. The City of Santa Rosa strongly supports the Phone Act and respectfully requests that this committee pass it quickly, making this critical need available to our communities this fire season and before another natural disaster strikes. We know that telecommunications infrastructure is not only vital to our residents during and after recovery, but it is also critical in how public safety officials respond to wildfires, hurricanes, tornadoes, and so many other disasters. California Governor's Office of Emergency Services reported that 341 cell sites were offline during the October 2017 Northern California wildfires, and a combined 489 cell sites were offline during the Camp and Woolsey fires in November of 2018. This prevented wireless users in the impacted areas from being able to call 911, receive an emergency alert, or use their cell phones to find the safest evacuation route. Prior to and during the 2009 Cascade Fire in Sonoma County, PG&E de-energized major portions of Northern California. In Sonoma County, one quarter of the area's 436 cell phone towers were not functioning, and in nearby Marin County, more than half of the area's 280 towers were out of service due to this strategy. While wireless infrastructure cannot stop a wildfire, it can and should be hardened to withstand these impacts of similar disasters. Therefore, the city strongly supports the Wireless Infrastructure Resiliency During Emergencies and Disaster Act, the WIRED Act, sponsored by Congresswoman Ashew and co-sponsored Congressman Huffman. The bill gives the states the flexibility and authority to require wireless companies to deploy hardened infrastructure so that wireless networks are more resilient to disasters. During the Tubbs fire, roughly 70 cell towers were knocked out of service within the first several hours of the fire due to damage, loss of power, or loss of terrestrial communications. Based on our experience mandating reasonable requirements like installation of fail-safe battery backup at cell towers, increasing the number of sites with backup generators, and sufficient fuel to operate for a maximum of 72 hours, requirements for reciprocity between cell providers so that in the event of cell sites going offline during a disaster, sharing of cellular networks will hopefully be able to maintain at least a minimum level of emergency messaging support. Retrofitting existing cell tower sites and enhanced vegetation management and defensible space standards near cell towers could significantly improve our response capabilities. In addition to hardening the telecommunications infrastructure, our alerting system plays a significant role in protecting people. Even as our recovery is still ongoing, the city is taking critical steps, including commissioning an after-action report to identify problems and implement solutions that will make the city more resilient in future disasters. Our plan incorporates mitigation principles into future infrastructure projects and improves alerting systems available for public notifications, alert, warning, advisories. The alerting systems now available to the city include iPause, and I won't go in detail due to lack of time, SoCo Alert, which is an opt-in system, high and low sirens, which are included on all of our police and fire apparatus, Nixle, which is an information service, and alerting and outreach campaigns, which the city has created a robust system to disseminate throughout the city. The city would like to also acknowledge that the work FEMA is doing to update iPause to implement enhancements to the WIA system and has been working closely with the city of Santa Rosa and other local governments to deploy next generation of WIA technology, which will increase the maximum character from 90 to 360 characters. It's to support Spanish language wireless emergency alerts. Add 2 new alert categories in addition to the presidential, amber, and imminent threat, and enhanced geo-targeting, reaching 100% of the target area with more than 1/10 of a mile shoot and other improvements. For these reasons and many others that I won't get into due to time, this is why we support the Resilient Networks Act. The city of Santa Rosa is working closely with the whole community, including government, nonprofit, private sector partners, to ensure our residents and first responders, emergency managers have the proper planning equipment and personnel to prevent and respond to the next disaster. Again, thank you for providing me the opportunity to testify today, and I look forward to answering any of your questions. Thank you.